Good afternoon, friends. Again we are back with the new academic year 2011 in BISEC, and I am happy to announce that this year also you will get many interesting topics in mathematics. I, Sanjay Patel from St. Xavier's College, welcome all my dear students for this new academic year, and I hope you like all our lectures. Today I am going to start with this first basic ideas or basic concepts in calculus, and especially this subject, this topic or this lecture is meant for second year BSc students. I would like to explain the concept of limit and continuity for functions of two variables, which is there as they are one unit in the syllabus. Now, first of all, we will recall what you have studied in FI BSc as well as in 12th standard about the concept of limit and continuity for functions of one variable. So, and then we will extend these ideas of functions of one variable to two variables. Let us see the first thing about limit, about the neighborhood of one variable. You have done, if A is a real number and delta is any positive real number, then the set which is denoted by the symbol NA delta, which is defined as set of all x belongs to R such that mod of x minus A is less than delta. This set of all x belongs to R satisfying this condition is called neighborhood. Neighborhood of the point A. Also you know that the meaning of mod x minus A less than delta is A minus delta less than x less than A plus delta. So, the same set, the neighborhood N A delta can be written in many ways. Set of all x belongs to R such that A minus delta less than x less than A plus delta. It is actually nothing but the open interval A minus delta comma A plus delta. Geometrically you can describe here, this is the interval A minus delta, A is the center of this set or this interval. So, it is called center of this neighborhood, and this distance, this length is delta, which is called radius of this neighborhood, radius of this neighborhood. So, this is the concept what you have studied in 12th standard and FI BSc about neighborhood of function, neighborhood of single variable, neighborhood in R1, and we want to extend this for neighborhood in R2. So, for R2 we have to take one fixed point in the plane. Say this is our Cartesian plane, we take a fixed point say A comma B, let us name it as A bar. A bar is equal to fixed point in R2, and I take means A bar is equal to A comma B belongs to R2 is some fixed point and delta is some positive real number. So, we are taking these two things. Now, you know A is that x coordinate and B is the y coordinate. If I add something and subtract something, the same thing, then I will get one open interval here A minus delta A plus delta. Similarly, here adding and subtracting delta, you will get B plus delta and B minus delta. Then considering the lines passing through these numbers and parallel to the coordinate axis, we will get one rectangular region. This rectangular region is called the rectangular neighborhood of the point A bar. So, what is that area? Area is this rectangle, and this rectangle is symbolically denoted by n of A bar comma delta. So, one can also describe, because if you take any x here, you will have A minus delta less than x less than A plus delta, which you can write as mod of x minus A less than delta. If you take any y here, then it is lying between b minus delta and b plus delta. So, we have mod of b minus mod of y minus b less than delta. So, all the x satisfying this condition and y satisfying this condition gives you the set of points. So, this set, this rectangular set, you can describe by property method like this: n of a bar comma delta is equal to set of all x comma y belongs to R2, set of all x comma y belongs to R2 such that mod of x minus a less than delta and mod of y minus b less than delta. And is important here, we have to collect all the points in R2 which satisfy this and this both conditions. Such a set is called rectangular neighborhood, rectangular neighborhood of the point a b, that is of a bar. Okay. Now, why do we study neighborhood? The main idea for defining neighborhood, neighborhood means, as you know, the word suggests neighbor, neighbor means the points which are very close to something. So, whenever we want to discuss behavior of a function about a point, suppose I want to discuss behavior of some function at the point a bar, then I have to take all the points in a closed region about the point a bar. So, therefore, the concept of neighborhood is very important while studying the concept of limit, continuity, etc. So, this is the reason why we first define what is called neighborhood of a point. Now, before we start, let us take a simple look at the definition of function of two variables on your screen, please. Definition of function of two variables. Let a and b be two non-empty sets, then a function f from a cross b to R is called a real valued function of two variables. Okay. So, what is real valued function of two variables? As you can see on your screen, okay, that generally the domain of a function of two variables we are going to take as a rectangular neighborhood. As you can see on the screen that the rectangle is drawn, and we take any point x comma y from that rectangular region and apply the function f, you will get some real number. So, remember the value is real, but the argument of the function is a pair of real numbers. So, it is an ordered pair. So, always you can think like this, okay, a function f defined on E subset of R2 f of x comma y is equal to some alpha, where alpha is some real number. For example, if I consider f of x comma y is equal to x square plus y square, where E is some subset of R2, E can be any set. So, generally we take E as a rectangle or a rectangular neighborhood of some point in order to discuss limits. Suppose the set or this E itself is R2, if I take f from R2 to R, then for any point, for example, if I take x comma y is equal to 1 comma 2, then f of 1 comma 2 means 1 square plus 2 square, that is 1 plus 4, which is equal to 5. So, for this order pair 1 comma 2 in this domain R2, you are getting the value of the function 5. What is 5? 5 is a real number which is in the codomain. So, this function is a real valued function having two arguments. So, it is called function of two variables. This is a function of two variables. So, we are going to discuss all the concepts of limit, continuity, differentiation about the functions of two variables. So, let us recall first of all our definition of limit of function of one variable. I am going to write the definition. I am going to write a definition here. Definition of limit in R1, and then I will ask you to generalize for R2. Let f be a function from E to R, where E is a subset of R and E contains some deleted neighborhood. As you know, what is deleted neighborhood? That center is removed. Some deleted neighborhood of a point A belongs to R. Remember, this A belongs to R means A need not be in E, it need not be in the domain of the function, but the points around this point A minus delta, A plus delta, this all these points which is very close to this A, they belong to E. So, we define some neighborhood n which is contained in E, actually it is deleted neighborhood which is denoted by n star. All these concepts you have already studied. So, f is a function from E to R, E contains some deleted neighborhood of the point A, and suppose L is a real number, L is a real number. Now, if I am writing the definition, you know, and then we are going to generalize this. If for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists some delta greater than 0 such that whenever 0 less than mod of x minus a less than delta implies mod of f x minus L is less than epsilon. If this condition is satisfied, then we say that as x tends to a, the number a, the limit of f is L, the limit of f is L. So, this way you have defined the limit of a function of one variable. This is from your 12th standard, you know. Remember the meaning of this symbol mod of x minus a less than delta, as you know, this means x belongs to n a delta, only this much, and when we take this condition 0 is less than mod of x minus a, that means mod of x minus a is not equal to 0 and therefore, x cannot be equal to a. So, this indicates you can take any x belongs to n a delta, but not a. So, that means x belongs to n star a delta. So, this 0 less than mod of x minus a less than delta, this whole condition says that for any x belongs to this n star a delta, means for any x in the deleted neighborhood of a, we must have the difference between f x and this given number L. So, the number L is known to us, that is the very important thing, mod of f x minus L is less than epsilon. So, for a given any positive real number epsilon, this epsilon is given by some third person. So, for any given epsilon, if you can give some positive number delta, if you can find some delta for which for any x satisfying this condition, if the difference between f x and L can be made less than the given epsilon, then we say that as x tends to a means x is approaching to the number a, the limit of the function f is L. Now, we want to generalize this for functions of two variables. The same definition we just extend for two variables. So, can you suggest something? F from E to R, what is E I have taken here? E subset of R. So, what will be the change? If I want to define now limit in R2, this E will be now subset of R2, because now we are going to take function of two variables. So, this f will be a function of two variables f of x comma y, like this. This is this function, f is a function of two variables, and E contains some deleted neighborhood of, now not a, this point will be in R2. So, I am taking a deleted neighborhood of a point a bar having coordinates a and b in R2. Again I am reminding you that this a bar is equal to a comma b belongs to R2 is not necessarily a point in E. Okay. So, for discussing, please pay attention that for discussing the limit of a function, this point a bar at which you are discussing the limit need not be in the domain, means the function should not or may not be defined at the point a bar, and this L is known to us. If L is given, what is L? L is a real number. Now, I am generalizing this condition also for two variables. For every epsilon greater than 0, if there exists some delta, now if I want to take points near to a fixed point a b, then you know we are choosing a rectangular neighborhood. So, in this rectangular neighborhood of a, we take all the points. So, if you take any x here, then it should satisfy the condition mod of x minus a less than delta, and for any y it should satisfy mod of y minus b less than delta. So, now we do not have only one condition here, this is replaced by two conditions. Okay, whenever 0 less than mod of x minus a less than delta and 0 less than mod of y minus b less than delta. If for all epsilon greater than 0, if there exists some delta greater than 0 such that whenever 0 less than mod of x minus a less than delta and this and is important and 0 less than mod of y minus b less than delta implies, now this will be what, f of x comma y, because now our function is a function of two variables. If mod of f x y minus l is less than epsilon, then we say that as the point x comma y tends to the point a bar. What is a bar? A bar is a comma b. As x y tends to a bar, that x y tends to a comma b, the limit of the function f, that is function f of x comma y, now limit of f of x comma y is L. So, this becomes our definition of limit of functions of two variables. Let us repeat, f is a function from E to R, where E is a subset of R2, E contains some deleted neighborhood of a bar, that is a comma b in R2, and L is a number known to us. Remember, for definition of limit, if we are discussing limit this way, the knowledge of L means the value of L should be known to us. Without this value, you cannot check this condition. So, remember, this definition of limit will not help you to find the value of the limit L, but if you know the limit L is given, then you can check that whether that limit is true or not. So, given epsilon, if you can find some delta such that this and this. Now, let us concentrate on this condition. As you know, 0 less than mod x minus less than delta and 0 less than mod of y minus b less than delta, both of these conditions together implies that this point x comma y is here, x comma y belongs to this neighborhood. So, how do we write it? X y belongs to n star a bar comma delta.